Alistair, tell us about the 100 years of the breed.
The New Zealand Holstein Friesian Association has been going for 100 years. Well, in 2010 it had been going for 100 years, and in 2016 this year is the 100-year anniversary for the Canterbury Westland branch. So there's a lot of the best cows in New Zealand based in Canterbury Westland, and we actually only recently found out, like in the last couple of weeks, that it was our 100th year, so it's quite timely that we are hosting the annual conference in Canterbury this year. I guess over the 100 years things have changed a lot. Like the herds would have been so much smaller than nowadays. There would have been a far larger number of herds, but a lot less cows in each herd, whereas nowadays the herds, in Canterbury especially, probably average like 400 or 500 cows in a herd. Maybe not so much with pedigree Holstein Friesians, but the herds are still a lot larger than they used to be.
And where do you think the breed may go in the next 100 years?
Well, I'd like to think it's pretty positive. We are I believe, and all the rest of us here believe, that we are the best breed in New Zealand. We're very efficient producers of protein and bigger frame cows, so we can do more per cow production. We don't have to stack as many cows on per hectare. And then I guess another small positive is the cull cows, once they've done their time in the herds, they're worth a lot more too, just because they're so much bigger and weigh more when they kill out.
And are the black and white still the major breed in New Zealand, the major player?
Well, we believe so, but some other people probably would beg to differ. It's all personal preference, I guess.
Tell us about the black and white youth movement.
It's always great to see. There's a lot of children sort of work their way up, from a young age. They get interested in showing and going to youth camps and that sort of thing, and over the years they just naturally progress through, and then some of them will end up going contract milking, share milking, or back to the family farm, and it's just always really rewarding seeing the young people develop.
Is showing at the A&P shows still an important thing for the breeders to do?
Yes, it is. A lot of the breeders, they put a lot of time into showing, and while they might not take as big a teams to the shows as they used to, they still put a lot of effort in, and the cows that they show are, of extremely high quality and very well prepared, and it's a really great environment amongst all the breeders. They're very supportive and encouraging of each other. If they get beaten, they will still be in a class or a champion cow. They'll be pleased for the winner, even though they've missed out. It's a very encouraging organisation to be involved in.
And why are you so passionate about the Holstein breed?
Well, all of us as breeders, we just know we've got the best breed of cows in New Zealand. The most productive per cow, and therefore lead on to being more profitable. They produce large quantities of protein, which is worth far higher value than the milk fat component of milk solids as well. So all in all, we do get rewarded for the better quality milk, so to speak, that the Holstein Friesian cow breeds in the payout system.
You've had a great turnout for the sale. Has the sale day met your expectations?
Yeah, we're certainly very pleased with the turnout today, and I guess with the tough economic climate, it was very much an unknown of how the sale was going to go today. But overall, like the upper end of the sale's been very pleasing. It probably struggled a little bit with some of the prices for the lower price lots, but all in all it seems to be going pretty well, really, considering.
Here's an opportunity to buy a heifer out of the heart of the best cow family of Jacobs in Quebec, Canada. She's by Wedbrook, one of the high-rated bulls of the world. She has that tremendous Winbrook strength and capacity, and then put her out of a Sid being the Premier Sire World Dairy Expo last year, and then the next day in the Goldwyn, the many-time winner at the Royal Winter Fair World Dairy Expo. Look at the photos in the catalogue, I'm sure you have. But ladies and gentlemen, the full sister to the dam in North America in Jacob's Sid Beauty has to be considered one of the hottest cows ever in North America. If you want udders, you want the whole package, we can't offer you much more than lot 4. Ready to go. Beautiful ever. By golly, I want her to make close. When you tell me she'll make 15,000 to buy her. Who got 15,000 to start her? Let's an auction. Give me 10 and go. I bid 10,000 to buy her, 10 to start her. You tell me she'll make 8,000 to buy her. Who can give me 5? I bid 5,000 to buy her. You know she'll make it. 5,000 to buy her. Well, give me 4 and go. I bid 4,000 to buy her. Well, I've got 3,000 to bid with the ball. Got to bid 3. Got to bid 3,000 to bid. Now here we go. Bid 3. I got to bid. Think about it now. And I bid 3. The money done. I got 3,000 to bid. Now 3. I got to bid 4,000 to bid. Now 4. Got to bid 4,000 to bid down there. And I bid 4 to call with you now. And I bid 4 the money mixed bid. I got 4,000 to bid. Now let the word 5,000 on the call. Richard Leach and I bid 5,000 to bid. Now 6,000 on the call. Bid 6,000 of money done. I'm calling 6 a bid out on the right hand side. And I bid 6,000 a bid. You're all gone in front. And I bid 6 for money done. Here's an opportunity to buy the very, very best. And I bid $6,000 and I paid it. I bid 6,000 of money done. Bids down here. I got $6,000 done. I bid 6,000. I tell you, I'll take your 500 if you like. And I got $6,000 done. He said 500 now, Richard. And I bid 6,500. 7,000. I bid 7 of money done. I got $7,000. I'll stay in 500s all the way. And I bid 7 of money. You gotta like the way she's made. And I bid 7 of money done. Here's an opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. Buy out of the heart of one of the greatest herds of cows in North America. 500. I've got to bid 7,500 the bid done. I'm calling Richard Leach and I've bid 7,500. You're all gone down in Mick and I've bid 7,500 the money done. I got 7,500 the bid not part of that. It's opportunity time and I've bid 7,500 the money down here. I got 7,500 once. I bid 7,500 twice. The bid's on the Richard Leach call. And everybody this way's gone. And I'm on 75 the money not part of. You think about udders, you think about capacity, you think about a big well-grown heifer. Here she is, and I'm on 7,500. 8,000 is new blood. And I'll stay in 500s all the way, Richard, if you like, but I'm calling Dick. And I got $8,000. I got 8,000 of money, I part it on. I got 8,000 of bid. Now here's your opportunity once. I got 8,000 twice. Third and final bid at $8,000. Who's in charge down there? I got 8,000 of money. I sell once 500. Dick, it's your turn. I'm on 8,500 of money. Richard Leach's bid. I got 8,500 of money. I part it once. I got 8,500 twice. Third and final call. Hold on to 8,500 of the money. I sell. Done. Hold on, 8,500 the money, be quick, and I say, sold. Indeed, she does go to buy number 9, isn't it? Indeed, the Flay family, and they know the cattle very, very well, and she'll do great.
You've had a busy week with the sale and the conference here in Canterbury. Tell us a bit about the conference.
So it's run from the first delegate started arriving on Sunday evening, and we've had herd visits down around Timaru and Temuka on Monday, and then yesterday it was a couple of herds out Ahoka way, and then the bus trip went up to Oxford for lunch, and then through the gorge and out to a farm at Bankside, and then on to another farm at Tahora. And we've had presentation evenings each night, and then today we've had a herd visit to Creslands, and then my farm, and then on to the sale here. So if you'd asked us 3 or 4 weeks ago, we were pretty nervous about the number of registrations, but we've ended up reasonably pleased, all things considered, with the number of delegates that have attended, and luckily enough Canterbury's put on an awesome week of weather, and we've, as far as I'm aware, we've really only had positive feedback, so it's been a lot of compliments, so that's great. Yeah, and it just gives the opportunity for local breeders to show off their herd that we wouldn't, like some of us don't show that much, so our herds don't get, and studs don't get exposed that much, but by having the herd visits, a lot more breeders get the opportunity to promote their herd, and also it gives the delegates the opportunity to view some of our good cows that they wouldn't otherwise get the opportunity.